Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Reviews where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Big Sexy titled The Disposable Man. And if we switch over to here, we have ourselves the album River of Shame on YouTube. Now I have actually checked out music from Big Sexy before, namely New Mexico Nights, and I had a great time with it. But we're going to be checking out The Disposable Man today and we're going to listen through it from start to finish. We're going to hear what we think. Let's go. Great entrance.
I wake up to the sounds of silence. Can't even hear the furnace vents. I'm at the center of nothing. I see the world through a darkened lens. Space is being squeezed around me. The walls are starting to close in. There's no place for me to go. I seem to be shackled from within. There's no coffee brewing, no toy to step on. All the beds are made, no drip in the shower, and nothing stuck in the ceiling fan. Thank God I'm surrounded. Yes, I'm surrounded by me, myself, and the disposable man.
Damn. Okay. Alright, I think I've gotten what this track is about. It's really descriptive. It's quite well done.
I read about the boys' games in the paper. Looks like they are having a very good year. I hope they can see our strong resemblance every time they look in the mirror. I love every moment I taught them. They know much more than I ever knew. Tough love is what I gave them, and tough love will guide them through. There's no coffee brewing, no toy to step on. All the beds are made, no drip in the shower, and nothing stuck in the ceiling fan. Thank God I'm surrounded. Yes, I'm surrounded by me, myself, and the disposable man. She said I was toxic. She said I was too extreme. Then she said I was passive aggressive, and I still don't know what that means. In my dreams I am a hero. I am respected for the good life I provide. My boys are little and they hold my hands, and they never want to leave my side.
Really accessible lead line there.
No toy to step on, all the beds are made, no drip in the shower, and nothing stuck in the ceiling fan. Thank God I'm surrounded. Yes, I'm surrounded by me, myself, and the disposable man. Just toss me aside, throw me away. act like I never existed. I'm the disposable man. Ah, I'm the disposable man. I'm the disposable man. Ah, I'm the disposable man.
Damn, that's heavy stuff there, man. That's cool though. That was from Big Sexy, the track titled The Disposable Man off of the River of Shame album. We're going to talk about this track though more in the conclusion. Because welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an act named Big Sexy, titled The Disposable Man off of the River of Shame album. What I think this track is about, I kind of feel like it's about someone who is watching their kids grow up or their kids from a distance without them. And you get the feeling that it's difficult for them to cope with that. The chorus talking about there's no coffee brewing, the bed's already made, and etc. Like it's kind of like someone who's just left by themselves. And I get the impression this album is sort of a journey of introspection and trying to start understand themselves better and the relationships they've had and everything like that. There are moments here where, you know, they discuss like how I assume the ex-wife felt about them and like the dreams they have of wanting to like be appreciated for who they are and like to feel like they're making an meaningful impact and to be back with the kids by their side with their holding hands and stuff like that. And you get their guitar solo afterwards. That being their dream there, wanting sort of like that chance to have that as their reality. I think that's a beautiful thing, and I can't relate to that because I'm not a father, but I can imagine it will be something that will be very raw and very intense, and I have nothing but love for the fact that we're putting out in the music. I think we sang really well. I think very comfortable on the head and chest voice, and we emoted like in a way that's very authentic for the piece there. I like the melodies and the harmonies that we had on the side there vocally. I thought that was really well handled. And I think that in general, like the way that the instruments are combined together and stuck together, the way they amalgamate harmonically is the vocals just sit on top in a really satisfying way. We allow the guitars to have moments where they kind of have their own sort of several little solo sections and stuff. And the keys, bass, drums, and add to the aesthetic as well really neatly. But I think vocals are definitely the focal point of this piece, and I've got absolutely nothing but love for the effort put into make this a compelling performance, whilst also sort of speaking our truth and being very authentic throughout the process of doing that. I think the track itself at 4 minutes 53 is really well laid out. It's the final track off of this album, and I think it's very suitable for that purpose. You kind of get that ending there, sort of understanding their position, their dreams, their ambitions, and the reality that they're in by themselves. And it's not a happy story. They're not in like a positive situation, but at the same time, I suppose, you get a feeling that is sort of they're maybe even accepting the position they're in to an extent where they realized why they are who they are, what is actually, you know, happening, and the music is very earnest. Guitar, bass, drums, and keys, the way they come together, forming different, functionalities, while still sort of moving the track forward alongside the storytelling, going between those hooks and verses with the occasional solo section. The transitions between parts of the tracks is seamless, and there is no filler throughout, with a tight instrumental performance overall. The keys wonderfully articulate left and right hands in the lower range for some of those chord parts, and there are some great arpeggios, broken chordal bits, and some melodies interspersed throughout the track. On the piano, I think that the note choices were solid. The strummed parts of the acoustic seal strings were really kind of like warm and kind-hearted, and they had a great glow to them, and the use of open chords there for a bit more of a focused kind of tune to it is very accessible. The lead parts, again, almost like a voice kind of ringing out after they spoke about the dream that they had. Some even lighter sections there with a little bit of the dust and glow and grit of the overdriven guitar, like a little bit kind of like underneath sort of spiciness or like intensity of emotion they're trying to sort of bring out with the bends we have later on being sort of a further culmination of that. It's really clever stuff, sort of describing that without words from the lead as like a alt lead. I think that's really smart. The bass line underneath sort of being very supportive of the root notes and chord progressions and sort of being foundational in that with the drums, typically sort of eighth notes with the groove. There was some 16th and sort of chord note accents there. There were some interesting fill transitions, but predominantly is a focus on the kick, snares, and the cymbal parts throughout the piece, and I feel like that was smart. There were pauses, they weren't there the whole entire time, but they were there to kind of like pocket and make it a smooth listening experience to an extent. I feel like the track overall, it's very beautiful. The major and minor turns there. There might be some extenders occasionally, but they don't try to overcomplicate the instrumental or musical emotionality of it. A lot of the pain and the feeling is carried through the vocals. The track itself, the theme kind of represents to me the perception of someone kind of almost they're clearly it's a minor key, so they're sad about what's occurred to probably undercut it quite a bit. But it's like they're mourning the situation they're in, but it's not too sort of like dire. Like I think they understand why they're in there, and they still have a hope that their tough love and everything like that will carry the kids through and that they'll succeed, and they're kind of watching for a distance, and they're maybe proud of like their kids for what they were able to accomplish. It's sort of like a bittersweet experience, I suppose. It's more rounded, like they've got like distance on it potentially to sort of discuss it further there, which is why I think even though there are some major parts of finishes on a minor scale, it seems a bit more kind of deep than you'd sort of get on first, but it's balanced there harmonically. There's a lot arranged to the performance itself, and I think the studio recording, mixing, and mastering is the icing on the cake. It's just really well set up in regards to the free spectrum and stereo field. There's no weird resonances, and the music surrounds you in the headphones, and I appreciate the fact that the vocal's nice and clear without being over processed. The guitar solos and everything. There's dynamic range to the track. It's well handled there. Nice and loud without pumping, so the bus compression and limiting is handled. Ultimately, just a really satisfying second listen through a song off of this album from Rivers of Shame titled Big Sexy. This track for today titled The Disposable Man, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go show them some love via their various social medias and Spotify page, and stay cool, stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as you need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands out.